up and we can take us a whole 10 minutes, but God is great. And He's great to be hilarious. Hallelujah. I told God for you. Let the master use you. Shalom.
You be Baruch and Baraka Shalom. Facebook Live, we have arrived. I want to thank everybody for chiming in. Coles and Cash and Cole Rita B, Joshana, Steel Wheel, Donna Neal, Big Mark, and Nicole Robertson, Trinda. All y'all, love y'all. Let's get ready to get in this word. Still praying with Joshana and the family for the loss of my sister, Frida. Y'all, let's get in the word. This is, well, let me do this.
Conference muted. Conference recording started.
I want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Yahudah Israel. So I'm Pastor Derek Mann on the What I Seek the Scripture Study and Prayer Line on this third day in December 2018, y'all. Let's get in the word. Caught in betwixt, but I'm going to go this route. Let's go to Yachanan 14, y'all. That's John 14 and 14. And look what it says. It says, if you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. In all thy getting, get understanding. He said, if you ask anything in my name, which is true in and of itself, you know, because Colossians 3:17 say, whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Yahusha, giving thanks to Yah, the Father by him. Harold, how you doing, man? Myers, good to see you on, bro. But if you should ask anything in my name, so he definitely, honors his name, without question. And neither is there salvation in any other, for there's none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. But it's more than that, because you can ask for something that, isn't according to his will. And it's not going to happen. He's not going to do it. It ain't going to happen. Right? So if you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. It is not only in his name, but for the benefit of his name or his will being done. When he was in the days of the flesh, finding himself in the Garden of Gethsemane, he had a will that would not have rescued everybody, because he had a right to live. He never sinned, so there was no reason for him to die. In fact, death couldn't even take his life. He had to lay it down. When he was on that tree, he yielded up his spirit, because death couldn't take it. Because the wage of sin is death. He never sinned. But when he was in his days of flesh, he yielded to the Most High's will, to the will of the Word, what was written of him. He yielded to that, as opposed to yielding to his right as a man in the flesh. So if you shall ask anything in my name, in my honor, if you ask anything in my name according to the will of the Father, benefiting the greater good, benefiting the body, right? The Most High will is that we go out and we compel people to come in. That's his will for our life, right? We've been bought with a price, and he bought us that he can hand the responsibility of spreading the word, going to sow the seed of the word to others. And the best way you can sow a seed is through your lifestyle. So you have to achieve a certain level of selflessness. being transparent with ourselves when we look into the mirror of the word and we're trying to find out, ourselves. It's agenda driven, right? When a person is like carnal, they more come to the Most High because they want something. And that's basically, the relationship. Even people that their agenda is more pro themselves still can do religious deeds. Case in point again, we're talking about Peter, Kepha, aka Cephas, right? He rolled with the Most High, but when it came time for the Most High to start disclosing to him that he got to go to Jerusalem and die, that's where he was saying, "No, you're doing too much." He had more of a carnal, natural agenda as opposed to being mature enough in the Most High to be down to die himself, per se. Or at least die the right way. He was willing to go to war and die, but it's hard to die out to oneself, that you yield your will, that you yield your goals to the goals of the Most High concerning your life. You're willing to allow the word to alter your direction. You have to be selfless in order to do that. You have to be selfless to a level, to a supernatural level, to allow the Most High to come and use your life the way he wants to. Especially when you're a purpose-driven person and you have an agenda for your own life. And your agenda don't have to be bad. Your agenda do not have to be bad. How thin is the line dealing with Peter? We'll call him Peter for right now, right? But dealing with Peter that was willing to cut that man's ear off and risk his life. He's ready to go to war. So in one sense, he was willing to die naturally for the Most High. He was. He was ready to go to war. And when you go to war, it could be 50-50. In fact, they was outnumbered. So the likelihood of him losing his life was great. But he was willing to lay his natural life down for the Most High, but it wasn't according to the will of the Most High. The thin line between willing to die and willing to die. He wasn't willing to die the other way. He didn't even know how. But he definitely was willing to die physically. What a thin line that is. To have goals, have a way of seeing things, have a way of doing things, have a way of doing your good deeds and all that, and you find out that our righteousness is as filthy rags. It's not acceptable. You doing what you believe the right thing your way, as opposed to doing the right thing his way. It's a thin line. Him willing to die physically for the Most High wasn't the will of the Most High. Him dying and putting the sword down and don't swing it, don't bring carnality to spirituality. That was a different kind of death that he wasn't aware of. And that death is a little more difficult. I'm willing to cuss you out to honor the Most High. I'm willing to cuss you out. You disrespect the Most High, I'll cuss you out. He don't need that. He don't want that. You can keep that. How about you not cuss to honor him? Now we talking. Oh, but I just love him so much. Wrong type of love. He's not accepting that. You can't bring your carnality. You can't, rob the bank and then pay tithes on it. Or rob the, it don't work like that. I can't sleep with you to get you saved. Doing evil that good might come. Shaul said he was slanderously reported in Romans, the 3rd chapter, the 2nd chapter. second or third. I'm kind of a little foggy right now, but I believe it's the third. Y'all go look. But he said he was slanderously reported that he could do good, he can do evil. They're saying that he would do evil, that good would come. He said, no, I'm not teaching that. No. The end don't justify the means. The means is everything. Obey the Most High. He said, if you shall ask, we still in Yakanah, y'all, 14 and 14. If you shall ask anything in my name, in my honor, if you should ask anything that's kingdom building, that's according to the will of the Most High, he said, I'll do it. And if you ask anything in his name for his honor, asking it in his name is you're coming in his name. You're going to do it for the fame of his name, and it has to be according to the will of the Most High. 100%. It's not so much, it's not just what you do, it's how you do it. You can do the right thing the wrong way. You can do the right thing carnally. You feeding folks, but your attitude ain't right. It's not acceptable. You want to cash in on the fact that you're feeding folks. No, your attitude nasty. Make a person want to throw the sandwich down. Some folks get the attitude, I'd rather starve than to accept a sandwich from you. Your attitude ain't cool. You run around like, I'm doing you a favor. Well, check this out, don't do it. You're more missionary. you're more, come on, y'all. You understand, don't you? When you serve the Most High, it achieves like an attitude of gratitude. And the gratitude causes one want to reciprocate, right? You don't want to approach Yah legalistically. And I hate to use that term like that because false doctrine love that term, right? But I'm going to try to put it together the right way, right? But when you're legalistical, I don't even believe I'm saying this stuff. But anyway, when you're legalistical, you look more into the deed as opposed to why you're performing the deed. Some people get comfortable with the deed itself as opposed to spiritual in when you perform the deed. See, y'all don't see as man see. Man look on the outer appearance. Y'all look at the heart. Reciprocation. When you operate in the appropriate level of selflessness, then I can operate minus me and do what's right in his spirit, in his name, in his honor, that he might be magnified, exalted. Again, it goes back to the concept that I've been talking about lately, right? Which is, he said, I come in my Father's name. You see that? I come in my Father's name. I come honoring my Father, not me. I'm robed as a man. I have an agenda too. And my agenda would be, I would that this cup pass for me. I didn't do nothing to deserve to die like this. I would this cup. I ain't got to go through this. I ain't got to deal with a scandalous people that's not appreciative. Same people I fed. Same people I ministered to was hollering, crucify him. I ain't got to deal with that. You don't have no appreciation for what I do for you. And it's proven. I ain't got to deal with that. So he said, no, okay, look. I come in my Father's name, in my Father's honor, not mine. Because you wouldn't be spitting and pulling on me like this. If I exercise my rights as a man, you out of pocket. I ain't done nothing but helped you. And you've proved it by your attitude how unappreciative you are. How you demean what I do. But you exalt what you do. He said, so look at this. So I come in my Father's name. You dissing me. He said, you can sin against me. But he that blasphemes against the Ruach HaKodesh, he that blasphemes with the Spirit of the Most High can't be forgiven in this world, neither the world to come. You can sin against me. That was his attitude. I come in my Father's name and his honor, and you receive me not. Now we know, those that study on that level know that his literal name was his Father's name, Yah. The tetragrammaton, Yah. The whole tetragrammaton, Yah, the self-existent, or Yah is his name, and Yahusha. which means Yah's salvation. When he came, salvation. So he physically, literally came. That's why that's the name that's greatest in this world and also in the world to come, because it was Yah's name, Yahusha, right? But he also came in his Father's honor, who for the joy that was set before him endured. He had joy pleasing the Father to rescue us in his honor, in his will. So he didn't have no dog in the fight, for the lack of a better term. He kept himself out of the equation. He was good, but he didn't let the man call him good. Or he questioned him, why are you calling me good? Because he didn't come. I come in my Father's name, in my Father's honor, and you receive me not. If another should come in his own name, him you shall receive. Remember they wanted a king? And the Most High said, no, Samuel, don't trip up. They didn't reject you. They rejected me. And that king going to have his own agenda. He going to take your daughters and sleep with them. He gonna take the best everything you got. He going to send y'all to war. He ain't going, him and his kid, he going to dog you out. Because he has his own agenda. He going to come in his own honor. It's hard to work with folks that got their own agenda. It's hard to do ministry with folks that got their own agenda, because they're really looking out for themselves. They're not looking out for the body. They're not looking out for the ministry. They're trying to find out what they're going to get out of it. And that's why you can't really use certain people, because they ain't going to be used. They got to see how they benefit. They don't see eternal life benefit enough. They don't have an attitude of gratitude on the level that they're going to lay their life down that somebody else might live. They're trying to see what else they can get out of it. Well, why would I do it? What's in it for me? That's that carnal state of thinking, right? So he say, I come in my Father's name and you receive me not. If another should come in his own name, him you shall receive, which can go into the fake name, the fake image, and the fake gospel. You should not surely die, but that's a whole nother lesson. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you ask anything in my name, his name is the Father's name. When you do something, that's why, anyway, your motive when you get saved for real, like Peter had to grow. Peter had to grow from, no, you can't go to Jerusalem and die like that. Even though he was physically willing to die, he wasn't capable, because he didn't have the Ruach HaKodesh yet, but he wasn't capable of dying spiritually, the real death. That's why we got to learn to rightly divide the word, right? Because we have, unintentionally, but we have a carnal way of approaching the Most High. We approach him according to knowledge, head knowledge, and a bunch of churchy religious stuff. No, that ain't going to work. You can do it, but it's not going to work. You'll never become a new creation until you learn how to die spiritually, baptized into his death, to be risen up to walk in the newness of life. You have to do it spirit. That's why you got people running around here keeping feast days, festivals, and trying to keep commandments, trying to wear the wardrobe and growing beards. And I'm not hating, y'all. I'm just trying to teach the truth, y'all. I love Israel. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just trying to get you to see on a whole nother level that this is really a spiritual race. If you want to do that and claim your heritage, I'm not mad. But don't think you're getting points with y'all on that level, because you're not. This is a spiritual thing. And you got to remember again, when you're dealing with Peter, he was willing to die. He was willing to die. He was just going to die the wrong way. You got Moses. You want to talk about Moses? Look, he was willing to kill. When he saw the Hebrews, Egyptian bothering the Hebrew, he killed the man because he was down with them. He was down, but he was down the wrong way. Then when he found out them Negroes didn't appreciate what he had did, he ran and hid in Midian. And the Most High had to work on them 40 years, to get Egypt out of him, out of his spirit, to send him back, depending on the Most High, to deliver them. He was ready to deliver them carnally. That don't work here. Having carnal people in the ministry don't work right because they're carnal. They'll do religious stuff, but it ain't going to be the right way. Nor can they achieve the right attitude when doing it, which can be super counterproductive. Unbeknownst to them, they don't even know it. You kind of like helping, but you super in the way. Your attitude is really not cool at all. You don't know how to do it. You got to die. Spiritually. You got to die out from your carnal nature to become new, born again style thing. And, yeah. If you shall ask, look, we're Yahudah 14 and 14, y'all. If you shall ask anything in my name, anything, because you're asking according to his will. In his name is in his honor, physically in his name, just like I come in my Father's name. He came physically in his Father's name, but he also came representing his fame. And his agenda wasn't a dual agenda. It wasn't an agenda that appeased to the flesh at all. His agenda appeased to the Most High, which is a ruah, which is a spirit. He had a spiritual agenda. He had a fleshly agenda, a natural agenda, but he didn't rock with it. And his fleshly agenda wasn't even evil. It just didn't line up with the rescue mission. So he had to deny himself. I would that this cup pass from me. He had to deny himself that the Most High will go forth. And that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to learn not only to do what's right, because we can be religious with that, but doing it the right way. Doing what's right the right way is the determining factor. If you shall ask anything in my name, because I'm with you, you became a new creature, a new creation in me. So what you're really asking to benefit the body. You laying down your life like I laid down my life for you. You're laying down your life for the brethren. So when you do it, all that other stuff ain't attached to it. You got to come with a lot of baggage. All that, leave that, check the baggage at the door. You was baptized into his death. That stuff, we got to learn how to mortify the deeds of the flesh. Mortify that. So walking in love, they do and don't even need credit. You got folks that will not clean the bathroom no more. I'm not cleaning it. You sit up there and said thank you to everybody. You ain't said nothing to me. I'm not, you ain't ready. You got an ulterior motive. You like accolades. It's just the principle. Yeah, all that. Take all the principles and all that. All of it. Tell me something else is true. I don't like the way you look when you... Okay, yeah, take all that and get it up out of here. That stuff don't work here. If you shall ask anything in my name, in my honor, for kingdom building, there's a certain level of selflessness that has to be achieved, or you can't do it. See, the carnal mind is enmity, is hostile against Yah. Okay, the natural man received not the things of the Spirit of Yah for their foolishness unto him. It's the natural man, really, you'd have to graduate over because the natural man really, it's hard for them to even understand what I'm saying. I mean, it's impossible. The carnal mind, it's impossible for them to understand what I'm saying. You'd have to cross over from death to life to really understand, and not only understand to the point that you understand, but that you can live it, that you can literally can do it, that you really is a new creation. Because remember, the carnal mind is enmity against Yah. It's not subject to the law of Yah. Neither indeed can't do it. So we got to die out to who we were to become who we should. And look, if you try to ask anything in my name, like you're yielded, 100%. Yah, I want to reciprocate. I want to reciprocate the love you showed me. So there's a certain level of appreciation, an attitude of gratitude that has to be achieved. That's why he said you must love him with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Because if you don't love him with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, you loving something else. And if you love something else, that's what you're going to do. It's not hard to have a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. It's not a difficult thing to do. Some people like, like Club Med, like the social piece. Some people, not everybody, but some people like that social piece or the image of being a righteous person. That looks good on the resume. You know how we, getting credits, and so we'll go do some community service. You know that. You don't care nothing about that doggone community. You trying to get some credits. Well, church, go along with that. Go to church. Get a degree, get a little church, put it on my resume, looks good. Take some headshots, and I'm good. If you shall ask anything in my name. He said anything. So then you have to understand what he mean by ask in my name. Because he said he would do it. He'd do it. If you shall ask anything in my name. So what qualifies you to be asking in his name? What is the qualification? What is that really saying? What is the criteria of asking in his name? It lines up with his will. And you're walking in selflessness. And you don't have ulterior motive. You come in his name. Yeah. He said, I'll do it. Because I'd have asked the same thing. I'd have asked the Father the same thing. You asking what I would ask. 15th verse. If you love me, keep my commandments. Churchy stuff is cool. We can say we love him. While we cuss and giggling about what we did, how we told the folks off, how we did this, that, and the other. That's why he said, if you love me. There's a response to loving him, and that's being obedient to him. And there's also a religious position to say, draw nigh on him with your mouth, honor him with your lips, but your heart, your lifestyle far from him. So we got the verbal piece. That's religion, verbal. You carve the turkey. You go out and, give away some presents. You do that, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mafia do that. We can go do good deeds, but who's willing to die out? Because if you die out, you're not gonna go do good. You're not gonna go feeding people with the person you illegally sleeping with. If you're asking something in his name, you're obeying his name. You're bringing honor to his name. You're living the life. If you ask anything in my name, he said, I'm going to do it. It's two kingdoms. And you can get results in the kingdom of darkness, having a form of godliness, denying the power thereof. And because the judgment of the Most High isn't executed speedily, it's set in the heart of man to do evil. You can do evil, ask him for something, and it come to pass. You get a credit to him, and then you be desensitized about your lifestyle because you believe your relationship with the Most High is working out pretty well because he's still doing stuff for you while you're going against him, or he's allowing good stuff to happen to you while you're going against him. That can be deceitful. The heart of man is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? We got to be able to examine ourselves. Real talk, y'all. And don't get caught up in the hype. You got to look in the mirror of the word to see if you do love him. It's easy to say, a little more difficult to do. It's easy to do if you really love him. Because when you love someone, you go through it. It might not have to go your way, and you still so happy to be with him. You in love with him. And when we start loving the Most High with our heart, mind, soul, and strength, we'll keep his commandments. We'll do what he say. I don't care how grievous it might seem to the flesh. He said that his commandments isn't grievous. But to the flesh it is. Flesh want to be pampered. Flesh want to have its way. Flesh want to look good and feel good and hear. Flesh don't want to do nothing for nobody. Won't do nothing for me. Flesh don't want to forgive. Who you think? Flesh, that's that mess. That's what people bring to the table. Mess. And that's what Peter brought to the table when the Messiah told him he had to go to Jerusalem and suffer and be killed. He thought he was doing well too. No, be it far from you. He said, get behind me, Satan. Your mind wrong. That's why we got to go through the mind renewal process, y'all. And if you love him, you will. You'll learn to reciprocate. Sometimes we study to find out how little we have to do. Do I have to do that? You know, that type of attitude. But when someone loves, they're not trying to say, do I have to? They want to do it. On autopilot, do. Sometimes you got to say, hold on, you're doing too much. You must really love Yah. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. You doing it, man, you must got a high calling on your life. You just trying to do and do and do. When you carnal, you trying to figure out how least you can do and still make it to heaven. If you shall ask anything in my name, if we have a heart's desire, we go to the throne of grace with boldness to make our petitions known, right? We can go boldly because he loves us like that, and our spirit is crying out, Abba, Father, so we go to the throne. If you shall ask anything in my name, and you come to the throne, and you act, look, I want to be used by you, Yah. I thank you for saving me. What can I do? Equip me so I can do more. That's the true attitude of his children. The true attitude of his children. Nah, I ain't got to do all that. It don't take all that. That's not. If your spouse treated you like that, you probably want a divorce. I ain't got to do all that to date you or do all that. I'm just doing the bare minimum. If you shall ask anything in my name, I like your attitude. That's Yah's position with us, right? You ask anything in my name, because I know you're doing it for me, for kingdom building. I'm going to do it. And by the way, if you love me, which you already qualify, keep my commandments. Let's pray. Spirit of the Most High, we love you and thank you for this opportunity to glean in your word, a little spiritual snack for the morning, praying that this word stay with us throughout the day, throughout the week, until you come get us, that this word is added to the word we've already consumed and hid in our heart, that we might not sin against thee. We need you. Dispatch your angel protects about us, even our loved ones, as we continue to pursue you with an attitude of gratitude. In the Master's name of Yahusha, HaMashiach, we humbly pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, and amen. That was the lesson for this morning. We pray that there was some food in there that encouraged your heart. Again, and that we govern ourselves according to just a snack, Nicole. You be Baruch, young lady. If it was good food, push the share button. It probably can encourage someone else and help them, continue their pursuit to rightly divide the word and love on our Abba Yahuwah. Push the share button if you want to sow into the ministry. Can you believe it? I got the Cash App. Can you believe that? It was a fluke. I didn't even know how to use it. So those of you, if you want to, look, you ain't never got to get to this ministry. Let's get that straight. Real talk too. Please understand that. But if you want to, we do now have the Cash App, and you can go to PayPal. If you want to use PayPal, all you got to do is go to DerrickMan5857 at yahoo.com. Go to PayPal, put in DerrickMan5857 at yahoo.com. That's DerrickMann 5857 at yahoo.com. Or you can go to the Cash App if you have my phone number. I think that's how that works, right? If you have my phone number, or you do the Cash App. And, you can give through Facebook if you want. You don't have to, if the Most High leads you to. And last but not least, we're on the line right now. If you want to hang out for a little bit, we're not going to do the complete after-school program today, but we're on. You can give your commentary, get a prayer in if you like. 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Again, 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Y'all be Baruch and Barak Shalom. I'm gone.